Well, TJ, maybe you can say something about
No, I
this.
ain't saying nothing.
Recently, there was a celebration, 50th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. They had a march, sort of a recreation, a march on Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and they had different speakers. Now, I'm going to tell you about the event itself,
Okay.
and I'm going to spew my anger out on that. Then I'm going to talk about his dream, Martin
Okay.
Luther King's dream. So, TJ, I believe that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, the great Reverend, is rolling in his grave or up in heaven. It must have been raining that day because he must have been crying.
Mm-hmm. Why you say?
This was not a 50th anniversary celebration of the "I Have a Dream" speech. This was a 2014 Democratic rally. It was a pep rally for the 2014 election for the Democratic Party.
Mm.
This, now I don't have any problem with the speakers that they had. It's the problem, I have a problem that of the speakers that they didn't have. Okay, if you want to mix in this and that, black and white, and Democrats, Republicans, that's fine. They had Oprah. They had Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great man, John Lewis, the Democrat from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I think he is, his mind has been clouded with the far left progressives, and now he kind of lost his way. But I still have the utmost respect for him, even though I totally disagree with him. He is now a tool for the Democratic Party, for the racist Democratic Party. They had President Obama, and yeah, of course they're going to have the president speaking. They had Bill Clinton. They had Jimmy Carter.
Those weren't the only speakers, were they?
They had a couple of others.
Any other?
But you notice I didn't mention not one GOP member. Even though Dr. Martin Luther King was a Republican, there was not one Republican. No Allen West. No Marco Rubio. No Speaker Boehner. Nobody. No Clarence Thomas. Oh, he's a sellout. He's an Uncle Tom. This was a Democratic rally.
Did any of the family members get up there?
Yeah,
Maybe.
but they're Democrats.
Oh.
They're lost.
Wow. I only saw part of it. I didn't know if they got up there themselves and said.
Well, they rung a bell for the full. I mean, and I get it. I can understand. You can have them speak, but why not have Alan Keyes? Why not have black conservatives? Since Martin Luther King was a black conservative. But you know, Julian Bond,
Mm-hmm.
head of the NAACP, another race baiting organization. Julian Bond, who I had a lot of respect for, now I mean I still have respect for him, but he's lost in the Democratic sauce, in the lies. But he said that we had a long list of Republicans, and we invited them all, but they declined. Are you really going to believe that? Come on.
A long list, and they
A
declined
long list of Republicans, and
for this historical event.
and this historical event, and all of them turned it down. Show me the list. Show proof, Mr. Bond, because I don't believe a single sentence that you said And guess who he told that to? MSNBC. A non-credibility network. So you're spitting non-credible words at a non-credible network. You can tell BS to anything, especially them.
So none of the ones that were supposedly invited but declined came forth?
No. Speaker Boehner couldn't make it. And it was true that former President Bush, George W. Bush, was invited, but he had a heart problem, that heart situation, and he couldn't make it. I believe those were the only two that were invited. No Clarence Thomas. He wasn't invited. Allen West wasn't invited. Dr. Ben Carson wasn't invited. I guarantee you they weren't invited. I am willing to put any money down.
And I know Ben Carson, he would have been there.
All of them would have been there.
Yeah.
To honor this great man who was a Republican. This was another edition of pandering. Democratic pandering. And it made me sick. This had nothing to do with the great Dr. Martin Luther King. And it's a shame. Jimmy Carter? I mean, are you freaking kidding me? Now, let's talk about the dream.
Okay.
But we're not talking about this white person is my brother. This Native American is my brother. This Asian is my brother. We're not talking about that. We're talking about black and white. Trayvon Martin, the whole situation with that. That proved right there that all we care about is black and white. Because we tried to make a Latino a white man. That legitimizes our anger. And you have crooks like Raccoon Hair Sharpton.
Raccoon Hair, wow.
Mr. Raccoon Hair, who is making sure that this man's dream turns into a nightmare because it's profitable. It's profitable for these Democrats. That's why they're pandering and talking about, I have a dream speech. Was one of the greatest speeches of all time. But we have the worst president of all time, who is messing it up for other blacks who wants to become president. Not thinking about that. Dr. King's dream is not for pandering politicians to say, hey, if you depend on us, we can keep you afloat. We can keep you in your outhouse. We can keep you with your Obama founds. We can keep you with your Obama toothbrush. We can keep you with your Obama cookies. While you still be broke and unhappy. And we'll pass you a little something to put in your pocket so you can go to the corner liquor store. Wow. In some places there's no kind of libraries. No kind of libraries near any type of ghetto. There's some spots where there's no food stores. But there's liquor stores.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
You can go to every corner and buy some weed. Or the new drug. You can go get that Molly. Now what we're gonna have next? Obama Molly?
Wow.
I got my Obama Molly.
Oh gosh.
Is this really what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wanted? Is that what he really wanted? Where everybody's fussing about black and white like we're the only races in society? And everybody's saying we remember Dr. Martin Luther King for fighting for black people. He didn't just fight for black folks. He fought for everybody to live in peace and harmony. He fought for everybody to have the equal opportunity. Not equal welfare. Not equal phones. Not equal drugs. Not equal kids where everybody can have 12 kids and have taxpayers pay for them. Not for equal abortion opportunities, but for success. That's what he wanted. Latinos, whites, blacks, everybody. Even though he had blacks as his black people, he said, I'm going to use you. And I'm going to lift you up. And if you lift it up, every race will be lifted up, including whites. Because we will have the knowledge. We will have the strength. And we will fight against idiots that tried to take and tear us apart. No news media can do it. No raccoon hair people can do it. No idiots carrying Bibles claiming that they're Christians can do it. But yet they're down for abortion. It's like, what happened to the Latinos? What happened to the Asians? What happened to the Arabs? What happened to the Polish? They don't count. They don't matter. It's only about black and white. We only exist black and white. That's it. Oh yeah, black, white, and gays. Those are only 3 races. It's not a race. If Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was... See, and that's another thing. They try to use that in Martin Luther King's fight for racial equality. Just like John Lewis did. If he was alive today, he would be fighting for gay rights. There weren't no gays in the 60s. There were. Why didn't he fight it then? Let's put things in their proper perspective and stop insulting certain situations. We're talking about racial equality. Everybody of every race. Not sexual activity, not weight class, because I don't see the same John Lewis ain't stand up saying that, well, he would have stood up for against heavy people. That's discrimination. Last I checked, overweight people are being discriminated. Why aren't you mentioning them then? Because it's pandering. And that's one thing our great Reverend didn't do. He didn't pander. Let's keep the dream alive by not just talking about black and white. Let's talk about all of us being God's children. Period. Not Democratic children, not Republican children, not liberal children, not conservative children, not gay children, not heterosexual children. We're all God's children. It's not 2 races that exist in the whole world, and that's it. Let's everybody go to sleep. We need racial equality, period. We're going to take a break. On the other side, I got one more rant. It's Team Lion, Like It or Not, with Michael Lane on Smack Tongue Radio.